capital. You always say you need the capital when you are doing business. What do you mean? I need the capital. Money, drama. So, how? What does money cost? What is the cost of money to you? What is the cost of money to you? Sorry? Life. Serious. Come on, be serious. I expect you to be mature. Can you respond to me in a mature way? Seriously, please. I mean, if you always say you don't have money to start a business. Now, when you don't have money, what do you do? Sorry? Come on. Getting loans. Yes, excellent. You go and borrow. You go and borrow. You don't have money yourself. You want to start a business. What do? You try to find money, right? If you try to find money, what will that money cost you? What will be the cost of that money? Sorry? Come on, you said you are going to borrow. Yes. So when you borrow, you think borrowing is free?
No, it has to be interest.
Yes. Capital. The cost of capital is interest. The cost of capital for a business is interest. Because when you borrow, when you take somebody's money to go and use it, you pay back plus that interest is the cost. You take 10,000 from somebody. You give back 10,000. So that's not the cost. You borrow 10,000, you give back 10,000. There is no cost to you. But the cost is the interest on top. That's what it has costed you by borrowing somebody's money. Okay?
Yes.
So if in your production process you are using capital, the cost of capital is interest. What about land? Cost of land. If you don't have land, what do you do? You go and borrow land. Okay? They will charge you for wanting to use their land. So you pay rent. So this factor called land, it ends rent. This factor called capital, it ends interest. What about labor? What about labor? Come on. Wages and salaries. If you don't have labor, you go and hire, borrow somebody's labor. You go and ask other people to provide the labor to you. What do? You pay. Okay? You pay wages or salary. So labor costs wages to you. In your expenditure, it will show wages. Means you are employing labor. What about entrepreneur? Profit. Yeah. You do all the sweating and like you are using all these things. At the end of the day, you have profit. So you as somebody who owns a business, you are laboring, you are using your skills, your time, your knowledge to combine these things to produce something and sell. At the end of the day, you'll be rewarded. you will be rewarded by profit. That's what you get paid. You get paid profit. Okay? Now, if we say this quantity is equal to labor, capital, entrepreneur, land, whatever, this was just a relationship. Okay? It's a production function. It just tells us that this output is obtained by mixing these factors of production, the inputs. Now, if you want to find the cost function, you have to factor in the cost. Okay? So, your cost function will basically be equal to the same F, labor times wages, right? Land times trade. This is L, first L is labor. This one is land. Then you have capital times interest. Then you have enterprise times profit. So that will be your cost function. The cost function just is that you introduce prices for all the units of factors of production. What is the price of each of those factors that you are using? Then you have a cost function, production cost function. Now, that concept brings to you, or at least explains to you, that if you choose this way of producing, this is what it will cost you. Okay? Now, remember, the production function only talks about the relationship. Now, this production function, how do you use it? I think I didn't explain. How do you decide which factors you should use? Remember, this scope diagram has a fixed technology and then labor and capital. You have to choose which production is the best for you. But sometimes it's given by the technology available. That maybe, for example, to produce maize, there is a certain technology that is required. So, for example, maybe always you need land, and that land, if it is 1 acre, you will use 10 labor. That's a given technology. So, you cannot, for example, when you are producing maize, you cannot substitute land with labor. Or you cannot substitute labor with capital. Because the production function tells you what combinations you can make. What you can do. Do you want to have 4 laborers and 3 units of capital? Or you always have to have 3 units of labor combined with 3 units of capital to produce 2 bags of maize? How do you combine these factors? In what amounts? in what ratios. That will be defined by the production function. You need to combine land, labor, capital, and enterprise in this proportion, in these units, to produce this. That's what the production function will define. So, with a given technology, so the time you can have options that for 10 bags of maize, either you can use 2, 2, and 1, or you can use 1, 3, and 1. You still have 5. Okay, so let's say you have 5 inputs. Is equal to, let's say, 10 bags. Now, these inputs can be labor, capital, and land. Let's assume it's just 3: labor, capital, and land. So you have 2, 2, 1. Or you can have 2, 3, 0. Or what other combination? This 3 is here. Now you can have 3, 2, 0, or you can have several combinations anyway. Okay? All these combinations will still give you 10 bags. So you are combining capital, labor, and land in different proportions, but equaling 5 units, for example. Okay? Or we can say maybe 6 units. How do you combine? 2, 2, 2. 2 are happened. Or 3 to 1. Huh? So you can do all those combinations. You will still get 10 bags. Now, how do you choose the best combination? Choosing the best combination will require you to know the cost function. Okay? Are you clear? Choosing the best combination, if you are a farmer, will require that you should know the cost function. Meaning, you should know the cost of each unit, of each factor of production. So you can choose the best combination. And the best combination is the combination that gives you the least cost. Right? Okay? Remember, we said in economics we assume human beings are rational. They make rational decisions, meaning they use the best option. Okay? So that's what you do. Knowing the cost function will help you to choose the best, the least cost. I want a question so far before I continue. If anybody has not understood anything there. Okay. Now, the other thing that we learn from the cost function is the behavior of cost. This cost of production we can define them in several ways. So, for example, if you're a farmer, what costs are always there, even if you haven't grown anything? You haven't grown anything, but you still bear the cost. What is the cost? What costs are there for a farmer, even if they don't produce anything? Yes. Okay? The land for the farmer will always be a cost, even if they are not producing anything on it. Why is it a cost? concept of opportunity cost. Okay? For the accountant, there is no cost. For the economist, there is a cost, which is called opportunity cost. The definition of opportunity cost means, opportunity cost just means that you are losing an opportunity to make money, or it's costing you money. Meaning, for example, this land, if you had lent somebody, you have not grown anything, but if somebody was going to use it, at that time you are not using it, you would earn rent, right? You will make money. So that money that you have lost is a cost to you. By just leaving it idle, it is costing you money in economics, because you have lost an opportunity to make money. If you have lost an opportunity to make money, it becomes an opportunity cost.
So the land is never, it's like always being used, like each and every year, the person is like always using.
Yeah, that's fine. But if you didn't, you would have an opportunity cost. Now, in this case, we will have what we call fixed cost. So, for example, this plan here will be fixed cost because, for example, it doesn't matter whether you are growing, you are using all of it or half of it. Okay? The cost of having that land is the same. Okay? Whether you are just using a quarter of it, or half of it, or all of it, the cost is the same. Okay? So when we are calculating the cost for this land, it doesn't matter really whether you are using all of it or not. So we have what we call fixed costs. Fixed costs are costs that, regardless of what you are doing in your business, you still have to pay. So, for example, you are in a business of maybe manufacturing. Maybe you are raising chickens as a business. So, fixed costs are the buildings. The land and the buildings are always fixed. Those are fixed costs. Whether you are keeping no chickens in there, or you are keeping 1,000 chickens in there, the buildings are there. It's a fixed cost to you. Okay? So fixed cost, if you were to put, so this quantity is here, this cost here. Fixed costs do not depend on the quantity of what you are producing. Fixed cost, let's say it is 10,000 kwacha to have those buildings, it will be fixed regardless of what anyway, this is a straight line. It's a straight line. Regardless of what you are producing. Fixed cost. So in there will be some which are here. In here there will be some which are fixed. Some proportions might be fixed. Now once you start rearing chickens, you have brought in the chickens, then other costs start coming in. Okay? Now it will be cost of feeding, okay? Cost of labor. The more chickens you want, you put, the more laborers you want. Okay? The more feed you want. And so on and so on. Okay? So those are what we call variable costs. They vary depending on, so you have this is a fixed cost. Variable cost will depend on the quantity. The more quantity you have, the variable cost will also be more. That's very according to the amount of production you are now doing. Fixed costs are fixed regardless. Whether you have zero production or millions of tons, the same. Variable cost will depend on the output that you want. Okay? So those are the two most important costs to consider. Fixed cost and variable cost. We will later on try to differentiate between accountant cost and economic cost. They are not the same in the business. Because accountants, they look at what the actuals, whereas economists look at the opportunity cost. Those are the major differences. So the accountant profit is different from the economist profit because of this concept of what were the other alternatives. What alternatives? What opportunities have you lost by doing this business, for example? If you have chosen a poultry business, the cost of doing a poultry business and the money you make in a poultry business, you have to compare. If you took that same investment, if you are 10 million, you have invested in chicken, and another person has taken 10 million and invested in something else, or invested in treasury bills, or whatever, what are the returns of that 10 million in other spheres of business? That's how the economist looks at whether you're making profit or not, or whether you're making loss. But these two, fixed and variable costs, are the ones where we derive all the other costs, mainly. Okay? So, you will have fixed cost, variable, then you have total cost, PC, let's say just PC, total cost, which is fixed plus variable. Okay? So once you have started your chicken business, you have to add fixed plus variable. Okay? To find the total cost. So you can have average variable cost, you can have average total cost. Okay? Can you have average fixed cost? Yes. Total cost is what? Output plus cost, right? Output times what it costs you to produce that unit, each unit. Okay? You have total cost. Fixed cost is flat. Total variable cost, same. So you can have also any questions so far? Because all the other terminologies that you will find when you read, they doesn't matter. They are just driving from this. I average fixed cost, total, whatever. All those things, they are, once you understand the issue of fixed costs and variable costs. Variable costs are costs that vary as you enter into an activity. So, whether it's a business, whatever business you are doing, there are certain costs which are there even if you don't do anything. They are fixed. The others start coming in once you start producing. So just understand that concept. And that is why sometimes in an exam, some students will get confused. When we start talking about fixed and variable, fixed costs do not disappear. They are just a straight line. So what does it mean? If you produce more, what will happen to the average fixed cost? Average fixed cost will go down when you increase output. Okay? And that is fixed. Okay? How do we find an average? An average is something. Huh? Come on. Average of anything. Total divided by? I see. Right? Also, you were talking about the adding the top one, eh? Okay. So average is per unit of the total. So average fixed cost will always be lower once you start producing. Okay? Already, what should come into your mind is now, there are economies of scale here. Remember, I said economies of scale we'll discuss later when we start doing the cost. The economies of scale basically means that you are reducing the unit cost as you increase production. The unit cost gets lower as you increase production. So, for example, let's take the issue of raising chickens. You are raising 5,000 chickens. You have a manager. You have Makora. You have workers. Maybe, I don't know. What the aspect that I want you to grasp is the building, the manager, the watchman. Okay? And you are keeping 5,000. What will be your cost per unit per chicken? How will you find the cost per chicken? How do you calculate? You take all the fixed costs, right? All the variable costs. Okay? That you find, you say, okay, I'm producing 5,000. So 5,000 divided by all these costs, right? So you find the cost per chicken. Chicken should be down, right? In the equation, right? Yeah. Yeah. So you find the total cost divided by chicken. Eh? You find the cost per chicken. Eh? Now, suppose you decide to double the production to 10,000 chickens. What will only change in that scenario? Only the variable cost. Eh? Yeah. The general manager is fixed. You don't increase general manager or the manager of the farm because now you are producing 10,000 instead of 5. it will be the same, right? Do you increase the watchman? No. Okay? So there are certain factors that you will not increase. Certain costs will not increase. The manager is still the manager, whether he is looking after 5,000 chickens or 10,000 chickens. Makora ndio omweo, mambo wenye zirahuku. The cost of Makora is the same. So by raising the number of beds, you are reducing the unit cost of each chicken. And that is what we call economies of scale. By scaling up, you are benefiting. You are now benefiting from economies of scale. You have scaled up, and because fixed costs are always the same, your unit cost of production becomes lower. Okay. Are we together? Are we together? No. Tell me where I should explain. Which one does which area do you not get it? I'm sure we could have developed a table here so you can visually see what I mean. Okay? But you can do it on your own. What I'm trying to say, for example, even if I ask you in an exam, I'll give you the figures. Okay? What is very important is the fixed cost will remain the same regardless of the quantity that you are producing. So if you are going to find the average fixed cost, I already said that average fixed cost will always be going down as you increase production, because they are the same. Are you saying? So fixed cost, average fixed cost, average fixed I think I should just average fixed cost. Okay? AFC is equal to fixed cost divided by output. Right? So what does this tell you? If average fixed cost is fixed cost divided by output. Once this thing increases, what will be the figure? If you increase the denominator, what happens? The answer becomes smaller and smaller, right? Because these are always fixed, so you're increasing this. So the moment you increase this, when this goes up, the answer here goes down, right? I would say. Okay.
Is it labor fixed? Labor. Is it a fixed cost or a variable cost?
Variable in most cases. So the example I gave you was, for example, if we are rearing chickens, we have a manager. Okay? The cost of hiring a manager and Judy. What else? Maybe watchmen. These would be examples of it in a business where you are rearing chickens. Right? So the moment you increase the output, when your cost of production, per unit, the chicken will cost you less. Each chicken will cost you less because you are increasing your output is high. You have moved from 5,000 beds to 20,000 beds, but the same manager, same building, same watchman. So if you are calculating your cost of producing a chicken, will be far much less. Of course, we know that the value of cost will be going up, right? Okay? But that gets offended or it gets diluted by the fact that your fixed cost, average fixed costs are going down tremendously. Okay? Now there's another time because I was already late. Okay. Oh no, I have time. Yes. But look what it's saying, guys. Look what it's saying. 9:40. So we have 20 minutes. Come on, you do not have practice. Which expands the heat or the amount of knowledge that is coming in. Okay, let me finish off by giving you one more concept. And that concept is marginal cost. It's very important. Okay? Marginal cost is very similar to these issues about returns. Remember we were calculating the diminishing and increasing returns by just increasing one more unit, how much more you get. One more unit of input, how much more output you get. So that was still the same concept of marginal. Marginal, basically, marginal cost is if you increase output by one more, what additional cost do you incur? How much does it cost you to produce one extra output? Whatever unit you are using, whatever activity you are in, whether it's about chicken, whether it's about industry, whether it's about whatever. Now I can correctly say that. Yeah, so you should congratulate me. So it's the cost of producing an extra unit of something. Marginal cost. And it's a very important concept in economics. Very, very. Because from it we drive so many other economic concepts such as profit maximization issues. Monopoly and perfect competition, where at what line do they produce? Do they produce at a line which is equal to marginal cost, equaling marginal revenue? So this issue of marginal cost, marginal revenue is a very important concept in economics. So marginal is just basically about the extra cost it costs you to produce an extra unit. So for example, you were producing 20 chickens, and this was costing you, let's say, 100,000. Okay? Now you decide to produce 21 chickens. And so you see, producing 20 was costing you 100, right? So what was the unit cost? 20 into 100, right? So the unit cost was what? 5,000. See? Yeah? Come on, you intelligent young people. 20 into there, it's 5,000, right? Yeah. Now, by increasing your production to 21 chickens, and it is costing you, let's say, 160. Okay? You can see that now this extra production has a marginal cost of 6,000, right? That one has already costed you 6,000. But if the average cost is different, okay? Here the average cost was 5. What is the average cost here? Come on. So you will see the marginal cost and the average cost are different. It is costing you 6,000 kwacha more to produce an extra chicken. The average cost has moved from 5 to 1. Come on, guys, you can do it fast. Yeah? So 106,000 divided by 21. That will give us the average cost. Huh? 5.0 what? Can you please be clear? Huh? Yeah. So you will see the average cost. Hello. Excuse me. The average cost is not the same as the marginal cost. Okay? You can see that. So if you try to plot this graph will look different. The graph showing average cost and the graph showing marginal cost will be different. You can also do what we call marginal revenue on the same thing, this same data. Marginal cost, marginal revenue, they are different, we can calculate them. But when you plot them, you'll find if you go into some of those textbooks, you will see they have tried to plot them. Okay? And you'll see how they relate to each other. The average cost curve, fixed cost curve, marginal cost curve, marginal revenue, average cost curve. You find that some of these books you find the whole diagram is full of them. Being put on the same page. Yeah? Full of them on the same page. But when you can try to study them, you will see how they relate to each other. We don't have time maybe for us to go into further studies about the relationship between all these in diagram or try to drive them or calculate them. What is important is you should have a visual understanding of the meaning of these cost concepts. What is an average Sorry?
My example is really good.
My example? Actually, I can't make that mistake again. Now I'm told my dad. Because I told it mandasi, I wouldn't eat mandasi. Those who eat a lot of mandasi are corrected. You don't eat.
Opportunity cost in your own case.
Opportunity cost? Yeah, opportunity cost is something that you born. Okay? It's not an actual cost. It's an cost that, for example, you are doing something which would earn you money, but you didn't. So it's an opportunity. You had an opportunity to make money, but you didn't. So for example, if you had 100,000 kwacha, okay? 100,000 kwacha, you can go and buy a cell phone. Or you can take your girlfriend to the lake. Okay? If you choose to go to the lake with your girlfriend, okay? That 100,000, you have gone and enjoyed, right? But it has costed you a cell phone. You haven't got it, but you would have had a cell phone. So the opportunity of cost of going to the lake with your girlfriend is a cell phone. Mandate, yeah, you know, how can you eat mandate 100,000 anyway? Or you have gained and not something else. Yeah. Or a lady can say, okay, 100,000. I go to the saloon or buy a cell phone. Afuna guy goes to Brazilian church, 100,000. 100,000. That 100,000 is the voter. Yeah, for example. No, production is just marginal production. You are adding one. How much is that cost? Send it to your board. But me as your teacher, send it to me. The reason is for that we use a photo or something happened. So anybody else finds that guy has gone.